U.S. President Donald Trump has warned Hamas to release all the hostages, stating that if they don't, it will be the end of them.
Now, Hamas has rejected Trump's proposal, even as Israel steps up its offensive across Gaza. Taking to social media platform Truth Social, Trump warned Hamas against moving the Israeli captives in Gaza above ground to use them as human shields and hinder Israel's military campaign, calling it a human atrocity. He renewed his calls for their release.
The comments come as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke alongside Netanyahu in Israel on Monday, saying the only way to end the war in Gaza would be for Hamas to free all hostages and surrender.
UN Special Reporter Francesca Albanese claims Israel's actions in Gaza amount to ethnic cleansing and genocide. She claimed that Israel was trying to make Gaza City unlivable.
Israel is bombing is destroying, including by using unconventional weapons that we've never seen before. It's trying to forcibly evacuate the 800,000 Palestinians who were seeking refuge there. But the question is, why? Why? Because this is the last piece of Gaza that needs to be rendered unlivable before advancing the ethnic cleansing of that piece of land. And then probably they will move to the West Bank.
On Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer held a video call to discuss a two-state solution for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And this comes ahead of a meeting of world leaders on September 22nd, along sidelines of the UNGA, where several countries are expected to formally recognize Palestine.
Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has stated that Israel's right-wing government cannot be a partner in regional stability, highlighting the need for a unified approach to resolving the conflict.
In light of Israel's continued aggression against Palestine and repeated attacks on Arab and Islamic countries, most recently Qatar, the extreme right-wing government in Israel cannot be a partner in security and stability in our region.
Now, displaced Palestinians are moving southwards along coastal roads near Nuseirat in the Gaza Strip due to renewed Israeli evacuation orders for Gaza City. Israel's military has intensified efforts to seize control of the city, urging residents to evacuate and demolishing high-rise buildings allegedly used by Hamas.
We have been displaced more than 20 times so far. We have become homeless. Where can I go with my children? My husband is in one area and my children and I are in another. We fled because of the intense bombing.
A top UN official, Tom Fletcher, has warned of a preventable, predictable famine in Gaza, urging Israel to allow unimpeded aid delivery. According to a global hunger monitor, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are at risk of famine, particularly in Gaza City, where Israel has launched a new offensive against Hamas.
It's a preventable, a predictable famine, but we can stop it. We need the crossings open. We need functional access. We need unimpeded safe passage inside Gaza. We need the looting to stop. We need the hostages to be released. We need a ceasefire now.
Now, to discuss more on the topic, we're being joined live by Asha Castleberry. She is the former Senior Advisor, Bureau of Near Eastern Affairs at U.S. State Department and foreign policy expert. It's really great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Well, let's begin with all that's happening. We have Israel that is continuing its attacks in Gaza. Meanwhile, Israel has attacked Hamas in Qatar. We have the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, going there and talking to Israeli officials. All this is happening, but the end, what's happening on ground is the attacks, the humanitarian crisis that is happening. So according to you, what kind of diplomacy do you think is evolving in the situation? And Marco Rubio, he's going to Qatar. What kind of talks do you think would come out from those talks?
Well, it's evident that the security challenges that are happening in the field, mainly in Gaza, is outperforming the progress involved in diplomacy. There is diplomacy happening. It's evident with Secretary Rubio's visit to Israel. But unfortunately, what we're seeing is there's ongoing security challenges like the ethnic cleansing as well as the food insecurity issues that are happening. And now with regards to the offensive missions that are happening, and plus with the evacuations going on, we have this human shield issue. So, which I hope that's not happening, but for the most part, I would say that security challenges are definitely outperforming diplomacy.
Ms. Castleberry, and as you mentioned, security challenges, this is not something which has just started now, and it's not something which even started on the 7th of October 2023, this region, when it comes to Palestine, when it comes to Israel, when it comes to Hamas, at least since the last 2 years now. Is there any light at the end of this tunnel, if you see it in a macro way? Because there is no amount of ultimatums which seem to work on Hamas or Israel.
The only way we can see a light at the end of the tunnel is if we see significant political leadership changes happening, not only in the state of Israel, but also with the Palestinian Authority. One needs to be more in power, while the other one needs to reform its decision making with regards to operations. So who knows in terms of how long it will take, but it definitely needs to be some sort of political leadership changes in order to see a significant change in terms of direction of this conflict.
Right, and you talked about the human shield, the topic that has come up. How much of a role will US be playing, if at all, that actually happens? These hostages being used as human shields.
Well, according to the President of the United States, he pretty much has a lot of scrutiny in terms of that potentially happening. I'm pretty sure he's formulating a plan as far as countering that decision to actually make the Palestinians a human shield, which further deepens the focus on just human right violations or undergoing just significant security challenges that are just exacerbating the conditions there. It's already a bad situation with regards to the famine issue, and then also we have just ongoing casualties. But here we go, another situation where not only you could potentially become an IDP and you're not sure where you're going, but you have a potential to be used as a human shield as these offensive missions are happening. Further complicates the security environment.
I hear your point. Ms. Castleberry, thanks so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Pleasure speaking with you.
You're welcome.